What's up, friends? Welcome back to Community TV, a place where nurses and aspiring nurses come to achieve academic and career success. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can successfully pass your Kaplan tests in order to move on to your next quarter or next semester in nursing school, or to, in my case, I have to pass in order to graduate, okay? So I'm going to preface this video by saying that I was in a LPN to RN program, and every quarter Kaplan was incorporated into our curriculum. We had to take certain tests, but it didn't count as heavily as my last quarter of nursing school. So that's when it really counted, which was my last quarter of nursing school, okay? So, and also I would like to say that this is in no way a bashing Kaplan video. There are people who swear by Kaplan. There are people who believe that Kaplan helped them pass the NCLEX and that it's awesome and that it's great and that they learn from it. And if this is you, if you like it, I love it, okay? So if this really helps, if Kaplan, you feel like Kaplan is really good and it's really helpful for you, then that's really good. Everybody has their own way of learning, you know? But this is for my people who have been struggling with Kaplan, and I'm making this video because basically I was in an LPN to RN bridge program, but I believe this video will help anyone who's in an LPN program or an RN program. If Kaplan is incorporated into your nursing program, this will help you. So you may be asking, if you're not in nursing school and you're just curious, you may be asking, what is Kaplan? Well, Kaplan is basically a company that its main goal is to help students pass NCLEX, okay? So they have various of tests and study programs that help you, okay? So every week we were required to do a 75 question test, and we also had to remediate those 75 questions, and we had to fill out a whole remediation worksheet and everything in my last quarter of nursing school. Let's get that straight. In my last quarter of nursing school. And then, by the way, if you're interested in more information on how my last quarter of nursing school went, I did do a video about that, so you could check that out. But towards the end of the quarter, we had to do several exit exams that we had to pass in order to graduate. And now, it was extremely frustrating, and there was a lot of anxiety because it's like, think about it, like you went through the whole nursing school curriculum and you're almost there, like you're right there from graduating, and then this exit exam is standing in your way. And I remember reading on allnurses.com forum and reading about a girl who she always had 90s, like high 90s in all her courses, and then she went to a Kaplan. She had to take an exit Kaplan exam, and she missed by 1 point, and she had to do the whole semester over again. And that could be extremely daunting for someone and very distressing. And if that happened to you, I'm sorry. I feel like nursing school shouldn't do that, but that's another topic for another day. But in my case, if I were to fail that quarter, I would have to wait 3 months to take that quarter again, because that's the way my school is set up. And I would have to repay that tuition, and it would just be a lot, like emotionally, physically, financially. It would just be a lot on me. So I was really stressed out because, guys, my first test that I got a 41. I think I got a 41. I don't know if I ever got in the 30s. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I was doing extremely poor. And, you know, I asked one of my friends, and that's why I made that video, warning for LPNs who want to go back to RN school. My friend, she said she was getting 80s, and but she said she recently graduated, like a year before she went into this LPN's RN program. She graduated the year prior, so she said that she think that's what made it possible for her to score that high. It's because she did it before. But Kaplan is extremely, extremely hard, and in my opinion, I feel like when I was remediating Kaplan, they had these videos that you could click on. Like, for example, you remediate it, there's these videos you can click on, and it's basically a slideshow where somebody is reading the slideshow to you. And I feel like that's not teaching at all. Like, by the grace of God, I know how to read. I don't need someone to read me a slideshow, a PowerPoint. I need you to teach me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people can't use PowerPoints. It's just the way it was used. To me, it was not good at all. Okay, so that's that. And so yeah, so Kaplan was extremely hard for me, and I was basically scouring the internet on YouTube, and I tried to find something that could help me, and I couldn't find anything. So that is why I'm making this video, because through the combination of allnurses.com and my own research on different resources, I came up with a concoction that I think that will help you. Okay, so this is not 100% guaranteed way of doing well on Kaplan, but this is for people like me who did not find Kaplan very useful. Okay, so I was doing horrible, and it was really hard to reach out to different people in the class or faculty because of the health situation at the time. We were stuck indoors, so, and I live in New York City, so it was really difficult. I felt like I was alone. So this video is for you. If you feel like you're alone, you have no one to turn to, this is the video for you. Okay, so this is what I did to pass Kaplan. And like I said, take it with a grain of salt. So I thought to myself, okay, I need to pass Kaplan in order to pass this course, in order to freaking graduate. So what is Kaplan about? Kaplan is about all preparing you to pass for NCLEX, to pass your NCLEX. And at that time, I remember I purchased UWorld prior, and like a month or two prior before starting this quarter, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to use UWorld to study for Kaplan, because I went online and I saw that a lot of people swore by UWorld to pass their NCLEX. I'm like, okay, so if Kaplan is a site that is used to help you pass NCLEX, if I use UWorld, I can use UWorld to study for Kaplan. So long story short, hold on one second. Long story short, sorry, I haven't eaten anything all day. I felt like a sugar drop. But long story short, I used UWorld to study for Kaplan because in my opinion, I didn't know that Kaplan had these channels. It was only until after we graduated we found out. But I didn't know Kaplan had these channels where you could ask Kaplan instructors questions, and there are different videos on different topics. So I'm not gonna bash the channels. Like, hey, if you want to check out the channels that they have, check it out. But this video is just to tell you that I know UWorld can be expensive, but this is what helped me. I think UWorld is extremely helpful because they use pictures and animation to help you understand. I'm not sure if they use video, but they mostly use pictures. I don't really remember because it's been a while, but they use pictures to help you remember. Like I remember when it comes to, like, for example, using ibuprofen and with children, and how race syndrome can develop. I remember seeing a little boy, he was taking that the pill, and then you saw his liver enlarged, and like different other features of that. If I'm wrong, please forgive me, it's been a while, but there were certain stuff that really stuck to my head, like placenta previa, like different aspects of that. So what I basically did is, because my Kaplan tests were mixed up, I mixed it up. So if I did UWorld in tutor mode. This is the key. Do UWorld in tutor mode. Because tutor mode will actually teach you, okay? Because that's just for me. I feel like I want to see right then and there why I got the question wrong, what I need to do. So I didn't write down or took any notes because I didn't have time to do that because I was still in nursing school. So that's what I did, okay? Now, if you're studying for NCLEX, that's a different story, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about if you're in nursing school, you don't really have time to take notes, just read it. And when you read it, take your time to read it, take your time to understand it, look at the picture, and then when you understand it, move on, go to the next one, go to the next one. My scores improved so dramatically. I tried to do about 75 questions a day, and that took the whole day. That took nearly the whole day, because when you're thinking about it, when you're reading it, and it took about the whole day to do it, but it improved my score so much that I got all the way up to a 71. Okay, so from a 41 to a 71, pat my shoulder on the back, because my nursing school was like, okay, you have to get at least in the 60s to be considered like, okay, you have a good chance of passing. Okay, so long story short, when I had the med surge as exams, I would focus on the med surge, or like, for example, we had an exam that was all about management, and because management is a huge portion in NCLEX RN. So I clicked on, in UWorld they have an option where you could focus on certain subjects, so I clicked on management and I did those. Okay, so after I did a good chunk of questions in UWorld, what I did was I went back to Kaplan and I did like maybe 375 questions, right? So like the first 3 days you focus on UWorld just to learn the content, then the other 2 days do Kaplan just to test your knowledge. Okay, so I'm not saying when you use Kaplan you can't read explanations, but to me, I did not understand the I did not understand the explanations on Kaplan. Okay, I did not understand it. I felt like they were saying, like, for example, if you asked me, why is Bolthouse Farm C Boost have vitamin C, I feel like it said, this has vitamin C because it has vitamin C, and don't you see it's a pear? And I said so. But UWorld explains it like this. This is the detail. This is the pear. When you cut it in the one slice, that is how you get the vitamin C. Okay, so that is the video I want to make. I have to get back to work, but if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment below. You're welcome. I believe this will help you. But yeah, so just use UWorld a lot and then use Kaplan to briskly go over. Okay guys, so you're welcome, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.